All right, everyone. Now we have to talk about Portland, a new court decision overruling a lower court, paving the way for Donald Trump to get one step closer to being able to liberate Portland from the idiots that are currently running the city. Um, it is self-evident that Donald Trump, as commander-in-chief, does have the right to call up the guard in situations, and this was even found by the original decision, and this gets convoluted because technically there are two court decisions. One has been overruled, the other has not been vacated yet. That is very, very meaningful. It's materially meaningful in this particular case. It's self-evident and was even prescribed by the judge that overruled him in the first place, saying, no, you can't send troops there, that there are a certain set of circumstances under which you're allowed to actually do that. The president is not a king, is not a dictator. He's the president, as we see in the court system where they bog him down for months in legal proceedings that cost us a lot of money for absolutely no reason. The fact is, though, that one of the premises upon which you can nationalize a state guard, whether it comes from the state or not, by the way, is if they are unable, if the state and the local government is incapable of carrying out federal law. So they need help with federal law in those cases. Trump's saying, well, clearly you do, since you're letting all these people out of jail and or not doing anything about them in the first place. If a state and or municipality is either incapable or unwilling to comport to federal law, I would extend this to the border, by the way, then the federal government can get more directly involved. And as someone who is classically liberal, I do not like the fact that armed troops and ICE agents are roaming around the country right now. But my dislike for that is on the principle of why is it needing to happen in the first place? It is pragmatic. It is also very unfortunate. Both of these things can coexist at the same time. It's unfortunate that we got to the point where this was necessary. I do not want to have to deal with talking to an ICE agent and show them my ID when I walk down the street. But I can't figure out any other fucking methodology by which we're able to contain the problem that was created by successive administrations prior. I don't know what we're supposed to do. There's no other real solution. Mainly, this is relegated to a handful of cities that are blighted by terrible amounts of crime. And I simply love it when I see people trotting out, there are lies, damn lies, and statistics, trotting out these so-called statistics. Well, crime is actually down in the city. Do you think it has something to do with the thousands of federal agents that are roaming around the city that might be causing a helpful outcome? Again, expensive, unfortunate, shouldn't need to happen, and we never should have tolerated any prior iteration of government that allowed the problem to become so bad. It's not Trump's fault. He's not the one who did it. I think that the name starts with a B. And crime waves have been around for a while. This is not the first time that you've had state guards nationalized and put into cities as a result of violent crime. It's been happening for over a century. So the idea that Trump, again, is a unique tyrant, he's the only one, it's abnormal, it's different, it's bad, therefore. Why? Why, to save people's lives, to protect property, to allow you to deport people that are breaking the law simply by standing there? I don't personally see the problem. Now, there's also a legal issue at work here. The first case, that's been dismissed. So the upper court said, no, yeah, your case goes away, the lower court is overruled. But the second case that's still impeding Trump, he still can't, at this moment, right now, he couldn't press a button and say, send the guard in. He's still injuncted from doing so. But the second case uses exactly the same rationale as the first case. I have a feeling that therefore they're going to overrule that too, and they're going to hopefully make it permanently clear, yeah, the commander-in-chief, who leads the armed forces, although they don't ride out on horseback in front of the troops anymore, still in command, yeah, indeed, they have a right to actually do their job. Because that's really what this boils down to. You don't have to like it. I don't like it either. You don't have to even like the ideology behind it. Maybe you're in favor of limitless illegal immigration and you don't think there should be a border. That's fine. but he would be negligent in his job if he wasn't tackling the issue. If anything, he should go in even more dry, I suppose. The southern border ain't going to border itself. If you don't defend it, a border is nothing more than an imaginary line, means absolutely nothing. If you defend it, then you've actually got a border. This is pretty easy to understand, I would think. Portland, hopefully, will be liberated soon. Because despite all the liberals claiming, no, the city's perfectly fine, and they take these really cherry picked videos too, right? Like that one moron, I think he's from MSNBC. He's like, wow, I was told this was a war zone. It looks fine. Yeah, because you're in the rich neighborhood. Go to the ghetto at night. Now, please report on that. When you hear the crack of gunfire in the background and somebody's trying to sell you methamphetamine, there's a couple of whores on the corner and stuff like that. Go to the ghetto. I mean, go to like Highland Park or something like that. I mean, that's not in Portland, but you get the idea. If you know about a Highland Park, you know about Highland Park. Go to Highland Park. Go to the well, parts of the east side of New Orleans in the middle of the night. Oh, you're gonna see some crazy shit, dude. I wouldn't exactly call New Orleans a war zone. It's more like a beer zone than anything else. I actually quite liked New Orleans, including the ghetto areas, by the way. I totally didn't participate in any form of property crime when I was down there. Oops. Anyway, you go to Portland, San Fran, etc. If you go to the rich neighborhood, of course you're not going to see any problems. They've got private security and shit. Dude waddles out of his car, which I think was a Lexus, which is hilarious as well. Leave that in the ghetto. See how long it still has moving parts. And wanders out rambling about how Donald Trump is wrong, but you're in the safe zone, the gated community, the penthouse, things like that, places with private security, or where the cops are incentivized to actually protect your stupid ass because they don't really want to go to the poor neighborhoods now, do they? Because they might get shot. Well, I don't want to get shot. Neither does the average cop. If they do want to get shot, then, more. I mean, if you're into that sort of thing, I will not judge you. But I think that that's not the average person, just saying. So, yeah, Portland might be liberated. But there's still one more impediment. It's so legally unjustified at this point, especially because of the first decision. I don't think it'll hold. I have a feeling that there will be some federal agents in Portland soon. And hopefully, then we get footage of those people being violent and irrational, like they have been for years now. We remember Chaz and all these other things that have happened, especially in the Northwest in the United States, which is funny because it used to be that Washington State and Oregon were kind of swing state territory maybe 25 years ago. They were definitely in play. They've gone almost as far blue as California. In fact, I think they may have outstripped most of California at this point. Hell, California is probably more winnable for a conservative than Oregon at this point. Never thought I'd see the day. Now, that electoral map certainly has changed over time now, hasn't it? That's about all. Peace out.